Good morning. I want to talk about impact, not as a distant headline, but as a chain reaction. One that starts with a choice and ends with a change world. And to understand this chain, we need to listen to the way our language tells a story. It all comes down to one little word, if. What comes after that word changes everything. So let's start with what we know for sure, the science. And the science speaks in facts. There's a way we talk about things that are always true. For example, we all know that if you heat ice, it melts. It's just what happens. Well, the planet works the same way. There are basic rules. If the atmosphere gets thicker with greenhouse effects, it gets hotter. And if it gets hotter, the ice melts. It's not a maybe, it's a when, then action. If the ocean tends to warm up, it expands. And if the glaciers slide into the sea, the water rises. These aren't prophecies, they are just physics. They are the first dominoes in a line that are already tipping. Now, seeing these dominoes start to fall, we have to ask ourselves a different kind of question. What happens next? And this is where our power and our fear really kicks in. Because the next set of impacts, the ones that will define the next 20 or 30 years, depend on us. They depend on what we do right now. So we have to think in terms of cause and effect, real and tangible. If we keep paving over wetlands, then our cities will flood more easily, and it's just a direct result. If we don't change how we farm, then good soil will just blow away. That's the scary part. It works the other way too. That's the hope. If we choose to build better with green spaces, clean transit, then our cities will become a healthier place to live. If we invest in protecting nature, then those forests and marshes will protect us right back from the storms. We are literally deciding right now which of these future sentences we want to make. Sometimes the right now feels too heavy. Sometimes to find the courage to act, we need to dream a little. We need to ask a different kind of if, not if this, then that will happen, but what if, just imagine. What if we were braver? What if we designed everything from scratch? It will be in harmony with the planet. If we did that, we wouldn't just solve the problem. We will build a better world that's better than the one we have right now. If every community had access to clean energy, think of the independence, the resilience we will create. We can also ask a harder what if. What if we look away? If we left this problem to our kids to solve, they would face a world so much more fragile, so much more divided. They will have fewer choices than we do. That what if isn't a fantasy, it's a warning. And it's also a blueprint that shows us the stakes we have to create more opportunities that we still have in our hands. So this is where we are, staring at the word if. This first kind of if gives us the truth. When the earth warms, these are the impacts. The second kind of if gives us the choice. If we act with courage, we will avoid the worst of these impacts. And the third kind of if gives us a vision. If we dare to believe in a better world, we will find a way to build it. The impact of climate change isn't just about storms and heatwaves. The deepest impact is in our sense of possibility. It tries to convince us that the future is already written, but our language tells us otherwise. Every time we say if, we are admitting that the future is still open. We need to get to write what comes after the if. Let's write the story of action. Let's write the story of solution. Let's write a story that we will be proud of. Thank you.